Sometimes shopping online and picking it up at the store really works out. And sometimes you end up getting nearly 3.5 pounds of pork and beans. Things I used to give myself a lot of grief over. Number 1, screen time. Number 2, time actually being engaged with my children. 3, trying to get everything done and feeling super guilty about the things that weren't getting done. Okay, let's address number 1, screen time. We are not a screen-free family. We are not a screen-full family. I think that there is a happy place in the middle that we have found, whereupon our children at this point do not have any kind of cellular or tablet devices. We have one TV, it's in the living room. We don't have a TV in our bedroom. And the boys just built a computer with Chris. So it was really fun for them to see how it works, the components, how they go together, and for them to get to spend time with their father in order to learn this. And I feel like that was a great project for everyone. They all loved it. Now the boys know how the computer works, and we're gonna put some basic games on it like Math Blasters and typing. In other words, we're starting them back in the 1980s, and then we're just gonna move forward. Our philosophy is that you can give a kid a tablet or a phone at any point in time, and they can catch up with their friends in probably 12 minutes. So we're not worried about them getting far behind. I used to worry about screen time a lot because the doctor would tell you, 30 minutes or that it's bad, et cetera, et cetera. When you get to their 3rd child, you get a little bit more lenient on that kind of stuff. Number 1, out of necessity, and number 2, out of the feeling of having less fear. I think the more kids you have, the less fear you have, which is really great. So right now, the littlest one is watching a show called Mighty Machines. I highly recommend, 2 thumbs up. It used to be on Netflix. Now you have to find it on YouTube, but it's a Canadian show. It moves really slowly, kind of like Mr. Rogers style, and it's about all these great mighty machines, snow blowers and harvesters and rock quarry. It's really cool. And the big boys are outside playing happily in the 25-degree weather with their friends, which also took me a long time to let go of, but I think they're at an age now, they're 7, where they can run outside and they can be happy. They're engaged with their friends. They're, again, kind of 1980s style, just running around with Nerf guns and taking snacks outside and playing with the Shopkins of their friends and the bicycles of their friends and the toys of their friends, and it's lovely. So I'm waiting for Chris to get home so that we can move this table right here over here to this table in this area, and then move this table back to the other area. Point 2 is feeling like that I had to spend all my time with the kids all the time when they weren't in school or otherwise, and it's just not true. It's not the quantity of time, because, well, that's a great shot. I can't. Oh. Okay, because it's not the quantity of time that you're spending with your kids, it's the quality of time that you're spending with your kids. I don't think anything less of parents who are working all day and then go home and are with their kids than I do of parents who are at home with their kids all day, whether they're homeschooling or their children are just young and they don't go to preschool yet, it doesn't matter. I have learned this the hard way because I used to stay home and I was miserable through portions of it, and it's much worse to have a mom at home that's miserable than sending your kids somewhere or having them watched by somebody and then you coming home full and being happy with them. There is a part of me that still feels really guilty that one right now is watching a show and the 2 are outside playing, but there's another part of me that knows that I had a quality conversation with them on the car ride home from school, that they've had a great busy, engaged day at school, and they could use some free time and some downtime, and that I am going to have that I had snack with them and talked with them, that I'm gonna have dinner with them, that I'm probably going to play a game with them after dinner, that I'm going to read stories with them, tuck them into bed. I have chosen not to feel guilty about making this video right now. That has taken me enormous work to get to. Again, I thank my counselor Heather for helping me work through and finding the permission to do this. I'm hoping that by maybe you seeing me do this, you can give yourself the same permission, because I think that there's a lot of people out there who are struggling with this because they just don't see anybody else doing it. They see everybody on Instagram and Facebook cuddled up with their kids and doing fun thing with their kids, and or just not knowing what other people are doing and assuming that they just need to do more and more and more and are just completely confused. So anyways, this is how we're rolling right now. The third thing is feeling like there are other things that I should be doing instead of doing this video or instead of doing the dining room redo at all. I don't know if you can see the floor, probably not from here, but it is covered in dirt, especially over here by the shoe closet. The nursery definitely needs to be cleaned. The thank you notes for Christmas have not been written. It is January 17th, 16th. There is dinner that I need to be making. There are sheets that need to be washed. I could be walking the dog. I could be exercising. I could be sweeping up popcorn from the floor of the pantry. The point being, you have to choose your time. You have to make your time. There is never, ever, ever gonna be a time when there are not lunches to pack, dishes to put away. This egg timer needs to be fixed. I won't stop clicking it. Bought it on set. This needs to go back to the store. This needs battery. This needs to be thrown away. As you can see, within reach of just my arms, there are 10 activities that I could do, along with a clock that's still, how do you make it? Uh-oh, it's still going. The point is, you have to make the time. I didn't used to do this. I used to try to do all the things. Try to do all the things, and then I'd be discouraged and frustrated that everything either got half done or not everything did get done, and I would just continually beat myself up. Along the theme of not doing everything, there's no Pinterest-worthy dinner, not tonight anyways. It's this accidentally purchased 3.5-pound can of pork seasoned Alexa cut waffle fries. I'm gonna put those in right now. And into the oven, there you go. And I have broth, which actually came to me accidentally because I chose some other kind of brats, but they didn't have them, and I chose substitution okay, so they substituted these, and that's dinner. I also have blueberries, blackberries, grapes, all kinds of fruit in there that I'm just gonna throw into a bowl, that there's something from the earth that grew to put in our body. I guess it could be argued that the potatoes from the waffle fries came from the earth. There's no one out there that's getting everything done. There are a lot of people out there who are feeling frustrated because they're making dinner and they're looking around and they're seeing all the unfinished projects. You're going to have to do this for yourself. You're going to have to mark a line in the sand and say, these things aren't getting done and I'm okay with that. Trust the process that they'll get done when they need to get done, and take the time to do the thing that you want to do, which in this case is moving tables. We're gonna wait for Chris to get home, and then we're gonna move these tables so that we can make this space into this, and this space into this,